Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Let's make a soap that looks like dessert today. Does this soap have any weird dessert ingredients in it like cocoa powder or eggs? No, it does not, but it does smell like a chocolate cherry brownie. I have made variations of this soap multiple times. I typically like to release it around Valentine's Day. Here's one that I've made in the past. Here's one that I've made in the past. And we're just gonna do something very simple. Can we use the word elegant for a soap that looks like a piece of cake? Probably not, but the fragrance isn't like cakey or weird in like a gross, ooh, I don't really want that on my body way. It still very much has the smell of a Bath & Body product. Think lip smackers. So without further ado, let's make some soap. Guys, I'm taking a risk with this soap and I think it's gonna be worth it. I have done chocolate cherry soaps. I've done chocolate brownie soaps. I've done chocolate soaps, but this particular fragrance blend is so good. I got literally over 35 fragrance oils altogether to make this blend, and bestie, it paid off. Think dark chocolate, cherries, brownies, cake batter, all of that together in a soap, but also it doesn't smell gross, okay? Like, I know sometimes you can get a gourmand soap that you're like, girl, put that in a candle. I don't want that on my body. This still has enough of like a chocolate smell that isn't too sweet that I think it works. I have to pour off a tiny amount, and then I'm gonna go ahead and split the batch in half after I pour off this little accent. Okay, so I have 3 different containers. I have 2 evenly sized and then a smaller one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna move one of these off to the side because I don't really need it right now. And then to this first one, I'm adding some dark brown oxide to stabilize the discoloration that will happen naturally with the fragrance oil. And now we will add the fragrance oil. Okay, I'm gonna use my stick blender to just gently move this around. This is my first time testing this blend. Going a bit yellow, which is pretty typical for chocolate fragrances. Nothing to worry about. It'll discolor over time. But right now, that is truly a disgusting color. Okay, awesome. Let's get that first layer in. All right, let's go ahead and pour this in. It is still very workable, but I do need to move it, which is also very typical of chocolate fragrances. They just thicken pretty quick. Okay, let me get something really cool. This is Angry Rose. It is by Mad Micas. We are going to do a red mica line on this. It's going to look so good. And let me tell you, I absolutely love doing mica lines in these molds because it goes so much faster than a slab. All right, here comes round 2. And look, I know it isn't looking good. I do recognize that. Again, discoloration over time. It's a beautiful thing. It's a magical thing, and it works. So don't be fooled by this banana pudding color. It will get better. Next layer. Okay, final layer, and we're feeling pretty good about this, okay? It's setting up at a very manageable rate, nothing that I can't deal with. And the smell as it sits in the soap is only getting better, okay? Like this paired with the Lover soap, I feel like would be such an iconic little duo, like for a secret Galentine gift or for your sweetheart. Like those would pair together so good. Let's give this a good tap and then get our soap frosting ready. let us get to frosting using the Royalty Soap Frosting Club, which you can get on my website. It's been a while since I shouted that out. I think I need to make some more videos for that and hype it up because people don't even know it exists. I'm kind of bad at self-promotion. This is like the one thing that I have available for a purchasing price. All of my tutorials are free. All of my everything is free, but this comes with the recipe and all of the stuff that you need, including 4 different micas, all of the piping tips, and I got, you know, name brand 𝑒𝐭 piping tips. It comes with all of the pipettes, the piping bags. Like, I really wanted to set you up, and quite frankly, if you want to get started with soap frosting, this is the best deal because it is, I will be 100% honest with you, this has the lowest profit margin of anything I offer, and I'm getting things in bulk, so you literally can't get them as cheap as I can get them. If you piecemealed all of these items together on Amazon, it could cost you up to 80 bucks, and I'm selling it on my website for 50 with the recipe and instructional video tutorials so you can pipe along with me. So I would not sell something that I didn't think was the best deal for you guys. Over the years, I have sold thousands of those kits, okay? Thousands and thousands of them. And I've never had anyone tell me that it wasn't a good bang for their buck. So that is probably one of the biggest feathers in my cap as a business owner. And I'm still using the same dig-a-dang recipe. Now, I'll address something a little controversial, or at least it was at one point in time. It probably isn't now. There were lots of people that were like, yeah, you can just frost your regular soap recipe. And they're right, you can do that, and it will probably turn out beautifully. However, I have worked with lots and lots of different recipes for soap frosting. My research and development for this was a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of recipes. And one thing I will say is that I never use butters, okay? Butters in your soap frosting, I don't know why, they just can get really hot really fast. I've tried shea, I've tried cocoa, I've tried kokum, I've tried mango, and I've tried them in all different amounts. And yeah, at some point in time, it just got too hot to pipe. So if you're gonna use your own recipe to frost, you absolutely can. I'm not saying mine's the only one that works, and it doesn't have a lot of really expensive ingredients in it, and it won't soda ash, okay? That's another key point. I had a little more than I wanted. I was going for a 3 and then a 2 on this one, but I do have a little bit left, so I'm just gonna put it in any low points. I have used so many frosting recipes that I was going for a lovely little pastel, and then the frosting itself overheated and ashed. I have never had this recipe ash on me, not even once. All right, I think that's my sales pitch of the year. I really don't feel like I need to say it ever again. Y'all can reference this video if you need to know why I believe so hard in my soap frosting club. I love being able to give you all the tools that you need for it in a cute little packaging with videos and a recipe that is fail proof. I have shared so many reviews from people who send me a picture of their first time frosting ever, and I could just cry. I'm so happy because my first time frosting could absolutely never, and it took years of me trying to get this right for it to work. It's good. So yeah, beautiful. Let's add a little bit of red glitter on the top. This is gonna look like sprinkles, just a little bit. I don't need a ton. I do have 3 embeds on top of this soap, so we're not trying to overdo it here. Okay, here are our little soap curls to look like little chocolate curls of soap. I'm gonna add 2 to each bar. And here's what I really wanna do this year. I wanna give you guys some more soap recipes. I see a trend of people wanting to use natural ingredients and luxury oils and whatever, and I just think that I can get you guys some recipes that y'all will love. I can do a cost breakdown of which ingredients are pricey and is there really payout in your soap, because okay, I'm about to get a little spicy. It's getting late at night. Here comes Spicy Katie. I really do believe, as a soap maker who's been doing it for so long, that there are so many ingredients that are just for label appeal. You can't actually feel the difference in the final bar, and they don't do much better for your skin than just using cold processed soap would, because a lot of people experience some sort of a skin change when they go from using a commercial bar of soap to a handmade bar of soap. There's a lot of benefits people typically see when they do that. They'll find that their skin feels clean, but not squeaky clean, like that uncomfy, rough feeling. They may find that skin conditions improve. Now, I'm not saying any of my soap does this, okay? I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you what typically happens. Could be that they just like the way it looks and it makes them feel happy, but a lot of people kind of experience those things. And I will say this, again, I have tried probably hundreds at this point of different people's soap. I still buy soap from other makers. I buy soap when I go on holiday. Like if I go to a new city, a new state, I'm finding a local soap maker and I'm buying from them. I've tried all the soaps. I've tried all the soaps with all the claims in the world that this is the best because of this and this. This one has jojoba in it. This one has hemp in it. This one has, and I'm telling you, 90% the same all the time. I mean, obviously for smell, an essential oil is going to smell different than chocolate, okay? I never found that a lot of bars did anything more for me than my soap did or anyone else's soap for that matter. It's good soap. It's all good soap. And I think a lot of the raw properties of something do sort of get lost when saponification happens, okay? It's a big chemical change. It's happening with a caustic substance, and there's a lot of the raw oil benefits that don't maintain their properties through that giant chemical change, okay? All of this to say, if you're a soap maker and your budget is a shoestring, like you can afford canola oil, Crisco, and some lye from the store, I'm here to tell you it's still gonna make good soap. You're still gonna feel the benefits of using cold processed soap. If that's all you can afford, you're 85 to 90% there already, boo-boo, okay? I recognize that saying this, people over the years have been like, you're going to put yourself out of a job because people are going to realize they can do it themselves. And if I've said it once, the OGs on here have heard it a million times. There are 8 billion people in this world and I cannot clean them all, okay? There's plenty of room for the soapy love to go around. There are plenty of dollar store and grocery store ingredients that will make a fantastic lathering bar of soap, okay? I'm just not here to promote any superiority complex among makers towards one another. I think we all have something to offer. I think that handmade soap is far and away just a delightful thing that lots of people could benefit from, and I think that there's lots of different ways to do it. So don't feel bad if you're trying to start with something just a little more simple. It's not a big deal. It's worth trying out. And listen, there's amazing handmade soaps on the shelves of Targets right now, and they're a lot cheaper than the stuff that you can buy online. And if budget is your primary concern and priority, hey, you've got options in your local grocery store for cold processed soap, okay? I'll use a corporate example. Dr. Squatch, I know it's being marketed towards a certain clientele base, but I'm just here to tell you it's just good soap, and it's $5 or $6 a bar, which is pretty great. So I'm feeling ya. If you're a budget girly and you need to save money on shipping, hey, you've still got options for awesome handmade soap, okay? Now, if you want a little splurgy splurge, I mean, you guys know I have my favorites. I have shouted out tons of different companies, and they all specialize in different types of soap making. My most recent love list includes I Dream in Soap and Creamy Obsession. These are people that specialize in sculpted layer soaps. They're incredibly time intensive to make. They are absolutely some of the most work of art looking soaps I've ever seen, and I can tell you I've used bars and I display them in my office from both of these lovely ladies. They are fantastic soaps. So consider this a little pep talk, I guess. This is a topic I'm extremely passionate about. I want everyone to feel comfortable and welcome. And also, let me just say, if you would rather start with Melt and Pour, glycerin soap. Maybe you never want to make cold process. You only want to make glycerin soap. That is such a valid form of soap making, and that is amazing soap too. There's so many different awesome bases. Shout out SFIC and also Stevenson. Those are my favorite go-tos for just incredible bases. They use hemp and they use goat milk and lots of yummy ingredients. So y'all feel empowered. You have options, and this is what our soap today. Given a chocolate cherry vibe, definitely something that is more ornate, more elaborate. One could even, I mean, dare I say, it's a little tacky, but in a way we love. It's tacky in the way that those 90s inspired cakes are tacky, right? It's colorful, it's creative. I feel like the creator Karen Joy would love one of these bars. If she has a PO box, I might send her one, because I feel like this belongs like on her kitchen sink. She has so many food decor items. Well, I've yickety-yacked forever. Let's let this sit for 18 to 24 hours and we will come back and we will cut into these bars and take a look at the inside after this quick commercial break. Y'all, when I tell you this is like the best chocolate scent I've made yet, I honestly just didn't know if it was going to be perfect after I added it in, because sometimes things smell really good, but after the soap saponifies, it just doesn't stick. That does not seem to be the case with this one though. I feel like it got better as it sat longer, and you can see Paranormal Color Morph looking a lot better today. That kind of yucky yellow color is gone. Okay, I think that looks good. Pull one out from the middle, and here you go. This is what it looks like on the inside. So we have sort of that chocolate cake truffle look. We have our two little red mica lines, and then our two pieces of cake here. We have the top with our chocolate swirls and our little maraschino cherry. If it's not, I'll probably go ahead and remove it because it's a detail that isn't very impactful and it takes a lot longer to do. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm just truly loving this soap and it smells so good. Chocolate Cherry Ganache is going to be the name of this particular soap. It will be on our website on the first Saturday of February. These just could not be cuter. I'm obsessed and they smell so good. Okay, what's your favorite Valentine's Day treat? Is it something that you make or something that you buy? I love chocolate covered cherries and chocolate covered strawberries. You can buy them, but I personally think making them is even better. So what have we changed since the first batch that I made? Well, really only one thing. I removed the mica line because as the soap continued to discolor, you just couldn't see it that well. And it's a lot of hassle. And if any line is not 100% even, well, you're going to be able to see it. So I didn't think it added to the overall effect of the bar. So we nixed it. This is what our soap looks like after discoloration is complete. You can see it turned a lovely chocolate color. I did add a bit of a chocolate drizzle on top with Melt and Pour because that really enhances it. So if this is your vibe, you can get one on the first Saturday of February at 3 p.m. royaltysoaps.com. I'm definitely stealing one for my personal bathroom. The fragrance of this is on the stronger scale. So if you like a stronger smelling soap, well, this is your soap. I hope you guys are all having a lovely week, a lovely day. The sun is finally shining here in Texas, so I am really enjoying myself. I've been skateboarding with my kids. I'm learning how to skateboard. I'm 29. I'm learning how. It's been a super fun for me and the kids to do. So I'm gonna go do that this afternoon. Do something fun for yourself, whether that's, I don't know, skateboarding, rollerblading, roller skating. What are you into? Or maybe you just want to watch somebody else do some cool athleticism. I recently watched Surf Girls on Amazon. Let me tell you, I've never wanted to surf so bad in my life. I'm sure I would just belly flop and it would be a complete disaster, but there's always been an inkling, like a little something in me that's really wanted to try to do that, but I literally don't live close to like any water and I don't know anyone that surfs. So I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it's improbable. I don't really care what you do, just have an amazing day and I will see you over on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Bye for now. Meow.